Morning, boys and girls, by the time you're seeing this. It's actually Sunday evening around 6:15, and I thought I'd read to you outside today just to get some fresh air. It's been such a beautiful weekend with the weather. I know I went running this morning and it felt so good. So I thought, let's sit in my backyard and relax and read you a story. So you can see I have lots of land that I can kind of hang out on back here. So it's nice to kind of sit back here. It's so quiet with the birds. So this week we are going to concentrate on nonfiction texts. We've done a little bit with nonfiction. So I wrote down, just as a reminder, let's look at some of our nonfiction text features. So we have text boxes, right? They give us information in a text. Bullets, those are our points, kind of like boxes and bullets. Photographs, they can be real photographs, or you can have illustrations that people draw. They might not know exactly what something looks like. Our index, that tells us where we can find information on certain pages. A glossary, which tells us about the new words or vocabulary, which goes back to vocabulary, that are in the story. Captions, right? They tell us what's going on in the picture. Maps and graphs, doing comparisons. A table of contents to give us what chapters we're going to be reading. Subtopics, those are our headings. Those are kind of the chapters, titles, right? We call them subtopics or headings. And the bold words, words that stand out that usually end up showing up in the glossary. We talked about the sidebar. Sometimes they'll have information along the side. Vocabulary again. Labels, right? Sometimes they'll show you, say, a picture of a whale, and they'll label the parts of the whale. Here's the eye, here's the blowhole. And then we talked about illustrations when they can't draw. So I'd like you to be looking for some of these features today in our book and throughout the books we're going to read this week. So I'll hold this back up again after we're done. So today's book comes from Caden. And I chose this book. It was a nonfiction book, so I chose this. And it's Dinosaurs That Ate Meat by Dr. Alvin Gronowski. I don't know if you can hear it behind me, but there's a woodpecker up in the tree. Oh, take a look. Here are some pictures of different dinosaurs. So it gives their name. This is what we call a little, it's like a text box. This one, like a little caption. It tells you the name of the dinosaur and how to pronounce it. Look at this velociraptor's teeth. Look at its claws. Those teeth and claws are sharp. That means that this dinosaur ate meat. You can see that. See that there. A velociraptor was only about 6 feet long, but it was a fierce hunter. Velociraptors ate other dinosaurs. So you can see this dinosaur, it looks like it's trying to protect its eggs. Looks like the velociraptor wants a piece of this dinosaur. Some meat eaters ate only small animals. This Ornitholestes probably ate lizards and frogs. And Ornitholestes had sharp teeth. It used its strong hands and sharp claws to catch its prey. You can see it there? It has like a little frog, it looks like. The baryonyx had many small curved teeth. Its head was long and narrow, like a crocodile's head. Scientists believe this big dinosaur ate fish. It may have stood in the water and used its large claw to catch fish as they swam by. Look at that. Nature. This just fell from a tree while I was reading. The Steniosaurus may have been the smartest of all dinosaurs. It had a larger brain than other dinosaurs. The Steniosaurus had the sharp teeth and claws of a meat eater. It had a light body and could move very quickly to catch small animals. So you'll notice these are, one of the things we talked about was the illustrations down here. Remember, they didn't know what dinosaur skin looked like. They had the bones of dinosaurs, archaeologists dug, but did we know what the skin looked like? So they have to draw illustrations kind of based on the texture of the bones. A ceratosaurus was about as tall as a grown man. It had strong jaws and sharp curved teeth for eating meat. The ceratosaurus may have used the horn on its nose to fight other ceratosaurus. You can see its horn there. The Allosaurus was a very big dinosaur. It has been called the tiger of its world. Look at the sharp claws and teeth of the Allosaurus. It's easy to see how it is like a tiger. The fierce Allosaurus ate meat. So they say the Allosaurus was bigger than a T-Rex, but they did not live at the same time. One lived in the Cretaceous period, and one lived in the, I want to say it starts with a P, but Miss Wontek's not 100% sure. So they lived during two different times, many hundreds and hundreds of years apart. But the Allosaurus was not the biggest meat eater. One meat eater was bigger. Oh, I was wrong, boys and girls. Do you know its name? The Tyrannosaurus was the biggest of all the meat eaters. I had that backwards. I thought the Allosaurus was bigger in its time. This dinosaur was 46 feet long and stood over 18 feet high. Some of its teeth were more than 7 inches long. I believe this was the biggest of its time, and this was the biggest of all. The meat eaters were very scary dinosaurs. Which one do you think was the scariest? Okay, so this didn't have tons of the text features we talked about. Thank you, Caden, for this book. But we are going to read some this week that do have a lot more of our text features. So what were some of the things we saw in there? We saw illustrations. Okay. We saw vocabulary, right? We saw the dinosaur names. We didn't see a glossary and index bold print. We didn't really see maps, okay, because it was kind of telling a story about the dinosaurs. I have a story we're going to read, a couple more stories this week. One book is on sharks, and another book is on a gorilla. So we'll look for more of these text features as the week goes by. All right, so today, boys and girls, after watching the video, what I'd like you to do is go into your Google Classroom, and there's going to be an activity for you to do. So today, I believe it's on Freckle, and it's going to be math. It's new math, and you're going to be doing some activities, and Miss Wontek's going to be able to see how you're doing, how you answered the question. So do it all the way through, okay, because it's practice with graphs. We left off with graphing. On the last Friday we were together, we were doing our tally charts, so we're going to move into line plots today. And all the line plot is taking like a graph, but instead of making bars, you just make X's or dots above the number. So you're doing the same exact thing. So we're going to work through that stuff this week, graphing. Also, my office hours, remember, are 10 to 12 every single day. So Miss Wontek's just going to be on and have her video on for Google Meet, and you can just pop in whenever you want, or if you have questions. And if you need some extra help, we can set up a meeting just one-on-one and do some work together. All right, boys and girls, so I hope you had a wonderful weekend. It was so nice out, and I hope you enjoyed reading in the backyard today. Listen quietly for a minute. Listen. Can you hear that bird? It's kind of peaceful when you're back here. All right, I love you. I love you. There's my hug for the day, and I look forward to seeing some of you on video chat today. Bye, boys and girls.